Yo, pickles. Crunchy.
The tone shift. Welcome to Paradise, Michigan. Genesis. Season 3, Episode 23. The Girl Who Could Die. The flatline tone cuts through the room like a knife, high and merciless. You watch as Rosie's chest rises, then falls, and does not rise again. Suddenly the doors to the room crash open. Then Dr. Sharp comes storming in with two nurses and an orderly. The crash cart rattling across the floor. You can hear, "Code blue, code blue!" An orderly yells, "Everyone out!" Rushing to the bedside table. And before you can even hardly react to what's happening around you, arms are... His large arms are coming around behind all of you and start pushing you quickly, Oak, Laz, Billy, Coop, and Jessica, to the door. You can't be here. A nurse has already taken over and is starting to herd you out into the hallway. Go! Let them work! The last glimpse you see before the doors swing shut is Rosie's pale body surrounded by a storm of white coats and frantic hands. Rosie, you, in the realm of the mirror world, with your visibility into this world, are still technically not in the room, but you are here in this room. Amongst all of the nurses and the Dr. Sharp and the orderly, you see the shadow Ndawa Aki withdrawing its hand from where it had reached in, grabbing your body's heart. You, in the room, it seems to move independent of the chaos that's happening in the room. Check for pulse. None. Get her on the backboard. You watch as an orderly slides a slab beneath the Rosie on the table, locking her flat. A nurse starts compressions immediately. Hard, fast, steady. The bed frame rattling with every compression. Another nurse seals the ambu bag over your mouth, squeezing oxygen into your lungs. Epinephrine 1 milligram IV push, Sharp orders. A syringe plunges into the line, medication surging through. His eyes snap up to the monitor, the jagged, deadly chaos of ventricular fibrillation. Charge to 200 joules. He's holding the paddles of the defibrillator in his hands as it begins to whine, charging up. Conductive gel smeared across the paddles gleams under the harsh fluorescent lights. Clear! Rosie, I need you to make a grit check.
Oh, fuck. I don't want agency right now. I don't want this. Oh, God. A grit check. Okay, here I go. That's a 12.
12 is a pass.
Yeah, 12 felt okay. I see. I know the pops are there.
You are jolted. You, in your spiritual essence, feel the jolt of electricity pass through you. Everything goes white. Roll a d6, please.
Oh my God. 3.
What is a memory of victory, big or small, when you proved to yourself that you could do it? What is that memory that we are suddenly transported to in this moment?
I think it was probably like the first Little League game that they let me pitch. I think that there was kind of a hesitation. There was sort of a reticence. There were a couple other pitchers who were boys. And like one game they let me pitch. And there was kind of a stud boy on the other team that people were like, there was like snickering and there was like kind of like a vibe that he was about to fucking tee me up. And he did not. And it was just no curve, no rise, straight heat. And I struck him out, and it was like to end the game. And it was huge, and it was monumentous and very Yeah, very absolving, I think, for Rosie. Like, she proved to everybody else and herself that she very much belonged in that role.
As the your team's dugout empties, and the players on the field come rushing in, you are raised up on shoulders. Everything seems to slow down, and at the edges, light dims until a spotlight is shining on you in this moment. And a portion of the shadow detaches from the background. And moving amongst these other players in this memory, almost relishing in the fact that its semi-corporeal form towers over these little leaguers. You, raised upon shoulders, can see face to face, or what approximates a face, in Ndawa Aki. Interesting. On the cusp of death, you just can't seem to let go of hubris, vanity, narcissism.
Rosie scoffs at that, and she kind of like looks down at herself in this memory, and she's dirty. She's got like dirt all down her front from sliding at one point. It's like, vanity, me, narcissism, because I know who I am. You're misreading this, man. Big time.
The shadow reaches out and touches your forehead, and you're jolted once again. We're back in the room as we see Dr. Sharp's hands lifting away, and your body on the board on the table arched and then dropping back. The monitor flickers, stutters, and collapses back into a coarse fibrillation signal. Still VFib. Resume compression, Sharp commands. The nurse instantly is back at your chest. Sweat already on her brow, the ambu bag hissing and snaps in time with each rise and fall. Another round of epi, charge to 360. The machine begins to climb shrilly, whining higher, merciless. The Sharp grips hold the paddles. Clear! I need you to roll another grit check, please.
Okay. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna spend. This might still not fucking
here,
work.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on here.
Yeah.
I am not telling you. I am not going to tell you the DC. You are in a life and death moment, and I'm not going to prevent you from spending dice that may not give you a success.
Oh shit. Okay, so even if it doesn't succeed, you'll still. Okay.
Yes. Normally, I keep you from quote unquote wasting dice, but you are chasing something that is an unknowable. And I think in order for it to have that impact of a potential death saving throw, those are the conditions of these types of checks. Not just for you, but anybody in a similar situation.
Okay. No, I have an idea, because I just succeeded one and I'm not fucking alive. So
what's your roll?
I was just explaining myself a little bit. It's a 2.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take the fail on that one, and then if the worst happens on my next one, I'm sure of which there will be a next one, then I will spend them.
I need you to roll a d6, please.
Okay, here we go. 1.
What is a memory of the time when you were the most terrified you have ever been, perhaps even paralyzed with fear.
I think, honestly, it was probably the second that honestly, it was probably like the second that I saw Jess looking dead after she got shot. Because that felt very, very real. I think no offense to the rest of this wonderful story, but kind of the rest of this has felt like, kids and having a wacky-do adventure Goonies style. But that felt heavy and real and scary.
In that moment, we are transported back to your memory of that event, of seeing everyone scrabbling in the hand hole, as we call it, I believe.
Throwback to the hashtag handhole. Let's go.
And again, everything seems to almost be happening in slow motion. As you hear, and there's a slowed down explosion, Mouse's face backlit from the gunshot, as a bullet flies past and strikes into one of these hands clawing out of the earth. There's another flies into another one. And as you glance in through this memory, you glance at Mouse making the shots. You see step out from behind Mouse Ndawa Aki.
Oh, that.
And you see the shadow, as if in a tender, loving way of showing somebody how to aim, arms wrapping around, and you see the shadow push Mouse's aim, and we see looking down the barrel as it moves to the center of Jessica's chest. The flash, and we see the silver bullet spinning through the air as it smacks right into Jessica's center mass, ripping a hole into her. Already the blood beginning to blossom. And then everything slows to an almost crawl. And Ndawa Aki disentangles itself from Mouse and looks at you. So many times you and your pitiful friends think you are in control. You think you can control the things that are happening to you. This will be your downfall. It will be my victory. Do you respond?
I kind of I look at this scene, and is the scene kind of proceeding in slow motion?
It has moved,
starting to call people over,
it has moved to one of those where it almost looks like it's frozen, okay, but you can see movement, but just it's super slow.
Okay. And I look at this, and I imagine as the scene kind of replays, I see myself starting to stand up over by Billy and Coop. And I just kind of look back at the shadow and I say, well, I controlled the hell out of this one. You didn't have a ton of triumph on that day, did you?
Once again, placing yourself at the center of attention. Always finding the spotlight.
It's not about that. That's not what it's about.
Prove otherwise. And with the flash of another shot, your body arcs again on the table. The monitor stutters, wild lines trembling, and then collapses back into chaos once again. Still fibrillating. Sharp's jaw clenches. Again, full power. Prepare. I knew I was going to do this.
Coop.
No, he prepared. I practice this, and then I knew I'd get in the moment, and I can't say it. And he starts saying another medicine that I'm not going to try to pronounce. 300 milligrams IV. The syringe empties into the line. The nurse, never slowing down on compressions, each slam into your sternum, violent, mechanical. Sweat is dripping down her temples as the defibrillator is now screaming upward towards its peak. Clear! The third shock slams into your body. And I need you to make a third and final grid check.
Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Motherfucker, that's a 19. I'm gonna spend one pop to make it a 20 because fuck you. Oh my god. I mean, this has been a delightful game. I'm sorry. Something just happened. I'm sorry. Not fuck you.
Roll a d6.
That was a 19. Jesus Christ. Oh. Roll a d6. Sorry. I was blind. 2.
What memory of a time when someone you loved made you feel safe, even when everything was chaos, appears?
When Laz caught up to me in the field after I saw Persephone kind of possibly as my mother for that first time, like I saw like a picture, as I recall, where it was like the same person, and Rosie was obviously distraught and didn't have anywhere for all of the emotions and the energy and all of it to go, and she just sort of walked away quickly, and Laz was the one to kind of hustle after her. That was when he gave her back the baseball from the very, very first episode.
As this memory happens and Laz runs up to you and hands you the baseball, we see the close-up of your hand as the baseball sort of drops into it. And as you look up, Laz is standing there frozen as Ndawa Aki superimposes itself over Laz's features. This is your most precious memory. It steps out of Laz, turning to regard him, looking up and down. This is who you've given your heart to.
And I just kind of stand and look at him. I'm like, this is what it's about. It's not the spotlight like you think. I'm not a piece of shit like you think. It's Laz. And it's Oak and Coop and Billy and Jess. They're my friends. I would do, and I kind of like pat my chest where the bullet hole should be, and I'm like, I would do this for any one of them. So do whatever you're gonna do, because I don't give a shit. I did this, and I knew what could happen, and that's the end of it.
Ndawa Aki stands there, the only movement, the perpetual shimmering of the shadow edges of its form, as it regards you and your words. Good to know what lengths you'll go to. Maybe you'll be prepared when the real trial comes. And you hear from elsewhere within the memory of this field, you hear almost a little faint and echoey, but loud enough to sort of surprise you, pulled from your own memory, that sound of a baseball bat connecting with a baseball. And you just know that sound when it hits. You know that's the sound of a homer.
Does the baseball in my hand like tingle a little bit? Does it like
sure
like vibrate just a little? Like
and it doesn't just like vibrate. It's alive with electricity, and it shocks you and jolts you. And we're back in the room. The third shock hammers through your body, every muscle seizing, your body snapping taut before crashing back to the board. For a breathless instant, the monitor goes flat. Static silence. Then, a rhythm. Weak, irregular, fragile, but real. Sinus rhythm returning, the monitor nurse reports, relief cracking through the tension. Sharp leans in, voice slow but commanding. Keep ventilating, keep pressure. We got her back. We got her back. Don't let her slip. Good work, everybody. And as the camera sort of pans back from this scene, Rosie, you realize you in the mirror world are standing there by yourself. The shadow of Ndawa Aki is nowhere to be seen. And you are holding a baseball in your hand.
Oh, awesome.
We are going to shift to sort of during this, imagine sort of also in between these scenes of Rosie's memories, we cut to the nurse that's leading the rest of you down the hall and around a corner. Laz, Coop, Oak, your group is being ushered down the hall and around a corner, down another hall, and you're passing by green doors with brass handles. And the nurse just keeps ushering you. Every once in a while, you'll turn a corner and you swear you hear the sound of a door opening and closing. And you turn another corner. What are any of you saying or doing while you're being ushered down seemingly random turns and halls, past countless green doors with brass handles?
I don't understand where we're going. Why are we going so far away?
Who are
could
you
we
addressing
just
that to?
Wait in the waiting room?
Didn't you say
No,
we
I
were
had
being ushered by someone?
Yes, a
Yeah,
nurse.
yeah.
Yeah, so
The
I'm saying this
lady.
to the nurse.
You can't be there. We need you to let the doctors and nurses do their job.
I know that, but where
There's
are you
not a
taking us?
Closer place that we could wait and be out of the way?
The further away, the better.
Fuck you.
Why, is something gonna like explode or something?
As you're giving the most attention to this nurse, you notice Billy and Jessica are no longer with your group. It's just you, Coop, and Oak.
What?
Wait. Where's Billy? Where's Jess? They were with.
Yeah, they
here
were
just a
in the
second
room
ago.
with us just a minute ago.
They had other appointments to attend to. Worry about
Other
yourselves.
appointments.
Oh.
Hey, now it's not.
What's
I
what's
look
going on?
immediately to Laz, like,
Are you walking and talking, or have you stopped moving?
No, Liza stopped.
yeah, I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think if Laz stops, Oak's not gonna go any further. But Oak's eyes are moving around like a freaking hummingbird, looking for an exit, looking for a way to escape this situation.
The nurse is standing between you and the way you came. Looking to your left and right. On either side of you, there's a green door with a brass handle. Behind you, the hallway continues for what looks like, what better way to measure this than indoors? Another 5 green doors with brass
5
handles on
doors
either
away.
side before reaching a T intersection.
I'm gonna start using that on my daily. It's
Oh
only
yeah, yeah, that's perfect.
Don't worry, it's only a 5-door parking spot. Don't worry, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah, yeah.
It's perfectly fine.
Laz says, "What appointments? I thought this was about getting us out of the way so that you could do what you needed to do for Rosie.
Yes.
What appointments are you talking about?"
Jessica and Billy's appointments are theirs to deal with.
So
Lady,
where are you
you're
taking
really
the 3
sketchy.
of us? Yes. Yeah.
What, like how Coop had an appointment earlier with Ashley Raven?
Oh no, Ashley was actually really cool with me.
Oh,
It
well,
clicks.
that's,
You
well, that's
see-
nice. That's
Actually,
good.
each of you make a brains check. This is not a pass or fail. I'm just trying to see who is going to notice something.
Three.
Got 4.
Oak, you notice as you don't notice it when you first say Ashley, but when Coop says Ashley Raven was actually quite nice, you see the nurse go, just kind of a almost involuntary sort of twitch. Yes. Coop's meeting was different.
Oak, could you open that door for me?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, Laz, I think we have our own appointment to keep, so I think we should probably get going. And I'm gonna take the opportunity to let you tell me, Jeremy, left or right?
Laz is on the right of the hallway, so
Okay.
on the left.
Left of the hallway.
Closest-
Okay.
Closest we can get to that nurse.
Immediately, Oak will take the keys that he has, go and open that door to the left, and
You-
try to hustle in to.
You tried to put the key into the keyhole,
Mhm.
and you realize the keyhole is painted on. When you grab hold
It's
of the
what?
doorknob, it goes,
They're fake doors?
when you grab hold of the doorknob, it goes,
Oh. What the fuck?
Okay,
going
lady.
somewhere?
Oh my god, what a bitch.
What
You
is
listen
this?
here. I don't know what kind of funhouse mirror you got going on here, but so help me. He'll try the other one. He's literally he is a kid who is getting like pushed by adults, so he is
She
flailing around.
she just smiles, crosses her arms, and kind of shrugs as you go to the other door. And as soon as you touch it, the other door goes boom and just falls inward. And you can see through this door that there's a wider space. And being right next to the door looking, you can see that on the other side of this wall where all these green doors are, you can see the braces that are holding up the facade of this hallway. Like a theater production.
Oh
Jacob.
my god.
Yes.
If you will, I'd like to attempt to use my power.
What would you like to do?
So, Coop can use his radio head to communicate to people, through his mind to their minds. And what he wants to do is he wants to establish a connection with this woman, assuming she's human and not some weird alien freak or android or something. Guess we'll find out.
And C3PO.
He wants to establish a connection, and then once that connection's there, he wants to blast at around 20 decibels the memory of his last clarinet practice with the honk, 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 honk,
Oh
to
my
try
god.
to try to disorient her or something, or
Okay.
maybe make her head explode. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen?
Okay. So you're gonna get one free power token. Dang it.
And how far do we still not know how far we can go?
What do you mean?
Like, do we still not know
7.
how far? Like the last time we tried, what is it? It was hinted at that we're no longer capped at 7.
Here's what I can tell you. Because I can't tell you how you interpret things, but I can tell you that you were not receiving penalties for going all the way up to 7. So your DC, it's only going to be +1 for degree of control, because you've got
Because I'm pretty good at this shiz now.
I'm actually going to say from amount of experience, I'm going to do a +0, because you have used your power enough times that this kind of falls into sort of that standard level. You're not breaking reality. The scope.
I'm just very loudly making a noise
Okay.
that every adult in the world hates.
Yeah.
So the DC for this is 5.
Okay. Freebie is a 5. Can I keep going?
Yeah, dude, do it.
So that's a 3, so that's 8 on 1.
Oh man.
That exploded, so 8 plus 6 is what?
8 plus 6 is 14,
14.
on 2.
14 on 2. Plus 3.
17 on 3.
Thank you, Carrie. 2.
19
Well, 17
on
on 2, because remember, if it exploded, they don't cost. So you were only at 2. because you exploded on that second
My-
one.
Fuck. Well, now I'm lost.
I'm
So you're at
lost.
17. You're at 17. Whatever you got, add whatever you just got. 17
All right,
plus.
so that's +3. So that's a 20, and I'm gonna stop.
Okay. 20 on 3. Okay. Cool.
Okay. The astute viewer may have noticed that for every die you rolled, I rolled one.
I don't like
Yeah,
it.
I
don't like
I picked up on that, Jacob.
it.
Hold on.
What are you doing? Is there a prop?
No,
God,
my-
he's about to do that.
No, my mic arm is getting loose. It wasn't
Oh.
holding its position.
Hey, while Jake adjusts his arm, check us out on redbubble.com. At redbubble.com, we got all kinds of great t-shirts like the one Tamiko's wearing, the one I'm wearing, the one Jeremy is wearing, and so many more. You can get our cool logos on t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, mugs, stickers, postcards, pillows, all kinds of other cool stuff at redbubble.com. There's almost always a deal, especially if it's your first time shopping. So check us out at redbubble.com. Just search Mini Terrain Domain.
So
Or
wet down
type
on them
exclamation
bankinis.
point merch.
Yes. I'll do
So-
that right now.
I believe you said. So, how many dice did you end up rolling total? Not counting the exploding dice.
Chad, what did you say? 3?
You rolled more than 3 dice.
So three times, because you got
think it
on the
was 4.
second.
it had to be
You
more
rolled
than
4
3.
times. You rolled 4 times, but one of those was an explosion. So it was your freebie plus 3.
5.
So 5 dice total then.
Yeah. Okay.
Boy, when I go back and do the notes, it's going to be one of those whoa moments. Like, oh man, it's really 5 dice. I don't know. We'll find out.
This one is just going to get lost to the annals.
Coop. So, this was a success,
Nice.
and you
Scanners.
pushed it. And one, you feel that you are pushing up against some other kind of psychic force as you are employing this. You're sensing resistance. And there's this moment where Coop. Nope, damn it. Oak.
Yes!
Yes, yes.
Yes!
Take your stupid bingo square,
We will.
tainted though it may
gladly.
be. Oak and Laz, you look at Coop, and you see his face turning red, and you can see the veins, and you see blood trickling out from his nose. And the intense, unblinking stare. And looking over at this nurse, you see the same expression. She kind of looks like Drew Barrymore's dad, character's dad in Firestarter when he's doing his thing. She literally has her hand up and she's going, and you see blood trickling from her nose, but you also see blood start to trickle from her ears as she suddenly reaches up and grabs hold of her ears to block out this sound. Coop,
Come on, guys, let's go.
the only side effect you have, Coop, is a bloody nose and a powerful headache.
Wow.
Well, Coop's just making a mental note to himself to ask Jessica when we find her for one of her what were they called again? God, what did she give it? The pamperin or something like that.
I don't remember.
No. It was
Was it my doll?
my doll.
Probably my doll.
Well, did Jess have it? Because it was
Oh no,
Claire.
it was Claire.
It was Claire that had my
my
doll. Yeah.
Fuck. All I have is tampons.
Coop.
That won't help.
Coop. Roll me a d12, please.
Oh,
Arr.
ruh-roh.
The repercussions of my actions.
Oh,
11.
no. It could be really good or really bad.
It's really good or really bad.
Well, this is. I never used this one before.
I'm actually kicking ass at bingo today.
So,
I've got a bingo two
Coop.
ways.
as you all turn. Did you say you were turning to run? Is that what you were doing?
I turned to them. I'm like, "Come on, guys, let's go." Not today, Satan.
Yeah, we're
Get
about to
behind
biff
me.
it. Get behind me.
Coop. I need you. I want you to make a brains check, all three of you.
Ah, beans. That's what my shirt says.
I know. I counted beans because you're wearing the shirt. I hope that's okay with everybody.
Motherfucking 3 again.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Getting a different.
Oak got a
D4.
17 on that one. Now, I need all of you to roll a grit check.
That one's not great either. Double beans. I don't even have my character sheet open, you guys.
This would normally be when I would do an ad for redbubble.com, where
Oh,
you
here
can
we
just search mini terrain domain. Unfortunately, I only do one per show.
Okay, here.
Is it the 8 your grit check there, Laz?
It is indeed.
And the 6 is Coop's.
I'm just checking what my bonus, if I have any bonuses or anything to it. Nope, I do not. I got a 4.
Okay. As you can see from the die on the screen, I got a 17. So, the nurse, bleeding from her nose, bleeding from her ears, as you all turn to take off, you do a double take. Oak. As you look back at the nurse and you look away and you it's almost involuntary, this double take, because you swear you just saw something that doesn't make any sense. And when you look back, it's no longer a nurse standing there. It is little Sophie.
Oh.
Wait! Wait! Where are you going? Blood trickles down her nose. Blood trickles from her ears. And unfortunately, you all have to stop. Because she rolled a 17 on her charm and all of you failed.
Oh, man.
You feel yourself stopping involuntarily. And she is, I mean, excellent, Harriet, because I was about to do the same thing. As she's reaching out, going, wait! And you can see that almost like using the force kind of movement of the hands. And then she kind of pulls back, and you feel your feet dragging you a little bit. And then she goes, no!
Help!
No, wait!
This is your.
And she lets go. She releases you. Wait, don't. Please, don't run away.
Why are you
Besides
lying to
the
us?
Stopping? Besides the stopping, do we all now see that it's Sophie? Or-
Yeah, if you turn around and look, you see Sophie standing there.
Why are you lying to us?
It's.
And
I'm not.
how did you get here?
That question.
I don't. This is. It's me. From the island. When we first met.
Okay.
But- I don't know how long I can stay like this. That's me also, but later. Older. And she kind of, you can see she's like, almost like somebody's yelling in her ear. But I'm not Sophie anymore.
Hmm.
I'm Persephone.
Oh. Don't like that.
Don't trust Persephone.
No shit.
Hmm.
Where are we? What's going on with this? The doors in this place. Where's she taking us?
I don't know. But she's messing with your perception of reality.
Okay. So, and I think Oak would like to, if that's the case, if she's messing with reality, I think Oak is going to turn to Coop. Coop, so if we've established you have very similar powers to Sophie, right?
Well, yeah. When I
Yeah.
was trying to mess with her head just then, not knowing it was Sophie, she was like blocking me. So yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, if Persephone and Sophie can alter reality, have you ever tried to do that?
Nope. That's a good idea though. Hold that thought. And Coop looks back to Sophie and goes, "Are you still on the island with Algernon?"
No. You don't understand. And you see her kind of twitch, and for just a moment you see the nurse sort of flicker, and then she...
Ew.
It's me, I'm here, but I'm projecting... This is a reverberation of my past.
Okay, no, I understand that. Okay,
And then
if you're here,
She-
what room are you in?
she looks at you and she goes, "You still don't get it. You need to
Door,
run.
We need a door that works.
Okay,
Look
um,
for a red
No,
door."
we need to run. Let's go.
wait, a red door?
And she grabs her head, and you see her painfully shifting
Ew,
back
Run.
into
Oh,
full size. And with the
Oh.
voice of the nurse,
Oh no.
and you see the nurse's face sort of shift and ripple, and you realize
Red door?
it's been Persephone the whole time.
It was Persephone all along.
Persephone has altered your perception of even herself. She still stands there in a nurse's outfit, but with the voice of her younger self, Sophie, you hear one final run.
Oh, Coop.
What do you do?
I imagine it's probably at that
yeah.
point, like
We're
one of
booking
those
it.
cartoons where
Yep.
the feet are going and they're standing still.
The Scooby-Doo. Yeah, for sure.
The
Laz-
bongo sound.
Laz straight up looks at Oak and Coop and he says, "Find it." And he turns around and like puts his hands down by his thighs, and his hands start glowing with plasma energy. Where
Yeah,
you can
dude.
see through them again. You can see his bones inside of his hands. And whenever he's
I
Yep.
think
primed
I'm
and
gonna-
ready,
as
I'm
you
gonna
do
grab
that,
Coop's hand, and I think yeah, on instruction, we're looking for a red door.
two of you take off running. Laz turns to face Persephone, hands crackling with electricity.
What
And
a
that's where we're gonna
fucking
shift
stud.
back.
This is so hot.
We're going to shift back to Rosie.
Oh. Oh.
Rosie,
Oh.
the Dr. Sharp and the nurses all seem to have stabilized your physical body.
Okay.
And have everything under control. And one nurse stays behind And as the orderly and another nurse, they sort of grab the supplies. Dr. Sharp also stands there and takes the chart from the end of the bed and is over by machines, and he's writing things down, making notes. The nurse is making adjustments to your IV, and
I want to look over his shoulder and see what he's writing.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
I mean, Ghost Rosie wants to look over his shoulder, and she might not understand any of it. But then again, like if he's being a little bitch, maybe she will.
This man just saved your life.
Shit, if he's writing petty shit, I want to know about it.
This man just saved your life. And you're like, if he's gonna be a little bitch about it.
Yeah. This is like, I want
to. Dr. Sharp is. What he is writing is a clinical annotations of what just happened. There's a lot of jargon, but you can kind of see the words you understand. Chad in the side chat. Rosie flatlined twice. What a little bitch.
Lol. Weak. What a pussy. Dead.
No.
Sorry.
Fucking wrecked.
Okay. Wrecked.
No, Dr. Sharp.
Get good, bro.
Dr. Sharp is legitimately writing a report about what happened. And Rosie, go ahead and make me a brains check.
Brains. Can do be. Brains is my thing. Just kidding. No, it's not. Oh, I did get a 7.
Rosie, as Sharp is writing, he's kind of writing, almost stereotypically, very sloppily, like a doctor, almost illegible handwriting. And there's something frenetic about the way he's writing this report. And you realize as he's writing, he's crossing his T's and dotting his I's a little too vigorously. And after just a moment of this, he kind of stops and he's holding the pen and he grabs hold of the edge of the clipboard. And you see his knuckles turn white, and you realize his hand is trembling.
I think Rosie is just kind of like, as she's like watching, she's got like her hand in her pocket, and she's kind of like tossing the space ball casually at first. And then when she sees that, she kind of like takes her hand out of her pocket and steps back. And obviously he can't see. She's like really like examining him and looking at him and trying to figure this out.
You look up at Dr. Sharp's face, and you see as he glances, he's actually looking down at your body in the bed. And then you see his eyes blink in rapid succession, and he glances over at the nurse and very quickly reaches up with his other hand and with the edge of his lab coat wipes at his eyes.
Oh.
And he takes the report, the chart, and sticks it in the edge of the bed and turns and quickly exits the room. The nurse stays behind, tending to final sort of cleaning things up. She's tending very, very tenderly, sort of brushing your hair that kind of got disheveled in everything. And she, for as long as you stay there, you would see her like changing your gown and all that stuff, because it's got the conductive gel from the paddles and just she's doing nurse things. What are you doing?
what are you up to?
What's you up to?
I think what are you doing? All right, well, I'm laying there because I'm in a coma. No. I think that Ghost Rosie is just kind of like watching this. And she's like, "Oh my god, Chad. Fucking Chad is so hot tonight. Hot." Anyway, I think Rosie, is there like a somewhere to sit down in this room or no?
Yeah. There's chairs.
Ironically, she like doesn't need a chair, but she kind of instinctively sits in one. And just sort of like looks at this nurse doing her job and holds this baseball and squeezes it and then lets her grip loosen and then squeezes it again, lets her grip loosen, and she's just sort of sitting there like fiddling with it, like 2 seam, 4 seam, 1 seam, and just kind of like doing all like the things that she does when she's nervous and she happens to have a baseball. And then she starts to wonder, where did her friends go? And she kind of like closes her eyes and starts to kind of like, can she like reach out with her mind and find them in this place, or like know where her buddies are?
You close your eyes.
Would that maybe cost?
And you try imagining where they
maybe
might
not.
be. You sit there for a couple moments, realizing you don't have any psychic abilities.
God damn it, where's Coop when you need him? I think Rosie even says that. She's like, God damn it, where's Coop when you need him?
But you do have a photo album.
Oh, I do have the photo album. So I kind of like, I think Rosie, for some reason, it's, again, this is all very dreamlike. She didn't have her backpack, but now suddenly she has her backpack. It's just like kind of that weird dreamlike thing. And so she like takes her backpack off, she's digging through it. And as she's digging through it, she kind of like pulls out a couple different things. And one of the things she does pull out sort of accidentally is her issue of Superman, Action Comics, whatever number I had. And
1.
obviously Rosie doesn't know the symbolism of this, but the audience does after Oak's very adorable, heartfelt speech last week. And she kind of smiles at like the simplicity of that. And like all of those stories and how they just wrapped up neatly within each issue. And then she like puts that back and she kind of digs a little bit more and ultimately finds this photo album. And then she opens it and she just kind of like starts like flipping through. In the absence of being able to immediately sense her friends, she's just sort of like flipping through looking for ideas, if that makes sense. Looking for a picture of Laz or a picture of Cooper Oak or Jess or Billy. Like, she doesn't know that obviously they got separated, so
you're flipping through the pages and you're kind of, it's sort of like at that surface level you're taking in each picture, but at the next level down you're looking for Laz. You're thinking about Billy and Jess and the others. I would like you, we're going to do a D100.
oh boy,
Do a couple of them.
okay.
First,
I don't believe in digital dice. I find them boring. I don't think anything ever interesting happens when you roll digital dice.
wow, as I'm about to press the button on my digital dice,
I'm kidding. I'm
gonna
kidding.
grab
It's
the
last time the most interesting thing happened.
I'm gonna
I was
grab
making a joke.
the green dice with brass numbers that you gifted to me.
You're welcome.
First
I got
D100.
everybody a dice that fit their character.
First D100. What do you get?
My D100 is a 5.
Okay.
5.
If you get within, I guess technically it's if I get within 5 on either side of this, I will tell you something about Billy.
I didn't
That was
notice after last week.
That was a 20.
Yeah, me too. We're not.
You might
due
not
for-
know. Billy is a werewolf.
20.
Yeah.
It was a 20.
Billy
That
is
was-
a werewolf. That was 15 away.
What?
Roll another
15
D100.
away. Damn.
My God.
Okay, here we go. That's a 79.
Okay, same thing. Within 5 on either side, so a 74 to a
84.
84. I will tell you about Jessica. I rolled 100.
Oh, damn.
All zeros
How
here.
about it? A lot of zeros. Okay.
One final roll.
Okay. 43.
46.
And the rest.
You are flipping through the book, the photo album.
Man.
And no matter how many pages are in this photo album, it seems that you can just keep flipping pages. And it's always like you're in the middle of the photo album. And you almost subconsciously start not really seeing what you're looking for. There's a lot of random pictures. Your thoughts aren't focused is the problem. And so you're not really seeing the pictures. And so you start to almost flip through the pages, you know, like riffle through the pages of the photo album. And your thoughts kind of wander past Billy and Jessica. And then, having recently had the memory while you were on the edge of death of Laz, your mind goes to Laz. And suddenly, those blurry, nondescript images turn into a picture of Laz standing in the middle of a hallway, facing. Well, you see as if the camera was taken looking at him, and you see him standing with his hands at his side, but you're rifling through these, and the image begins to move in stop motion and rotates around him to reveal an over-the-shoulder shot looking at Persephone dressed as a nurse.
Awesome.
So you now have a series of photos that tell you exactly where Laz is.
Can I like blink and be there via the photo album?
We still see these photos as if you continued rifling through them as the camera continues to pan around in this 360, and we see you standing over Laz's other shoulder as a ghostly apparition. And we are now back at the scene with Laz in the hallway. Laz, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
And you are now directly witnessing this, Rosie.
So the plasma energy that he had absorbed from the teleporter, the crystals in the cave around the time machine,
God, he's collected it.
now glows through his hands. Again, you can see like his skeletal structure in his hands, like almost all the way up, like halfway up his forearms, where it kind of like fades back into like opaqueness. And in my mind, it's kind of glowing with that kind of peach purple kind of energy. And he can feel that it's kind of built to its kind of like natural crescendo. And the moment that it does, this would be a little bit early for a reference, but he basically just like takes his hands and thrusts them forwards, Hadouken style, and is going to hurl a ball of plasma straight at this bitch.
So, the unleashing of energy is something you are a little practiced at.
A little bit.
I am not going to make you roll against a DC. I'm going to have you roll up to as many D6s as you wish, up to your maximum of 8 that you would have available to you because of the freebie. And what you are going to do is establish the DC that Persephone will have to beat to deal with this. And we're going to resolve this with a classic. You're going to set the DC by the number of dice you roll. I'll roll against that DC, and then the variance of pass or failure will determine the narrative control of the scene.
Okay.
Badass.
And I can determine as I roll if I want to just keep going.
Up to a total of 8 dice, not counting
Right.
not counting explosions.
Okay.
Lucky
Is there
breaks, as they're
also-
called in season 2 or second edition.
Second
but
edition.
we have never left our exploding dice because exploding dice just sounds better.
Hell yeah.
And there is still a freebie as
Yep,
well.
you have one freebie.
Okay. All right. So here's the freebie. That is a 2.
2 on 1. 2 on 0. Sorry.
Here is the first actual roll. That's a 1.
3 on 1. Thank you, Tamiko. Leave that thing. That helps me.
There's a 4. So
Oh,
that
that's
is
7 on
7.
2.
Oh, 9. So additional 2. A total of 9.
Mm-hmm. 9 on 3.
Another 1.
10 on
Jeez
4.
Louise. All right.
Can I help, Laz? Can I do something with my points?
You can certainly try.
Okay. I think what I want to do is like the lights, the fluorescence. I want to like, if I have to like explode them, I will. I want to try to like to funnel that electricity into Laz. Can I try to do that?
You absolutely can attempt to do that.
Okay.
Your DC to interact against the real world, the first and last time that you did it was a 30. It will not be a 30
Yeah.
this time.
I would hope not. And I only got 5 dice to do it in. However, I'm getting to be a better ghost. Maybe I get a freebie now? Question mark.
You've not been a ghost long
Damn
enough
it!
to
I
get
didn't
it.
level up in ghost.
You did not level up in Ghost.
Fuck.
Hold on, I'm losing one of my other things. Okay. So starting at the DC of 30, we're gonna go backwards. You are Jeremy. You're at a 10 on 4 dice. We're gonna knock 5 off of your DC because you are attempting to directly. It's the power of love. It's Huey Lewis.
It's the power of love.
So that's gonna knock 5 off right away. I'm going to take whatever this D6 rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take 2 more off,
Oh,
knocking you down from a 25 to a 23 DC.
nice.
Because you are attempting to basically use electricity to enhance electrical energy or kinetic energy that's in the air already.
Okay.
Your DC is 23.
Okay. Amazing.
You have
All
a
right.
total of 5 power tokens to use.
Okay. I'm gonna try. Here I go. Fuck. 1 on my first one.
Okay.
Got a bad feeling, bros. 5 on my second. So that's 6 on 2.
6 on 2.
4, so 10 on 3. Ugh. 1. That is 11 on 4. And how many? What did you say I had to get to?
23.
15 on 5. How you feeling, Laz? Are you feeling strong with your last couple of rolls there? How many dice do you have left? You have 3 dice left, right?
I'm on 5 so far.
So
4?
is it if I don't make the DC, I
4
don't
more.
help him at all, or I just don't help him as much as I would like to? Jacob.
I'm thinking.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was making sure. Sorry. Excuse me.
So independent
this
of
thing
this,
on?
and before I make my decision, I need Jeremy to decide if he's going to roll additional power tokens, because he doesn't know that Rosie's helping him,
Yeah.
or
I mean-
if he's going to stop.
Yeah, I
feel
am
it.
continuing to go. Continuing
Okay.
to go here. All right. So I rolled already a 5th time. And I got a 1. So that's an 11 on 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm killing these smalls. Okay. There's 5. So that's 16 on 6. All right. 4. That's an even 20.
It's 20 on 7.
That's it. Your freebie counts as 1. You said 0, but
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, all right then.
so you've
Go
set
for
the
broke.
DC at 20. Jerry, you hit a 15, needing a 23 in order to get the assist.
Mm-hmm.
And you've maxed out your use of power tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to know if you're going to enhance this in any way. Or take the L.
I think Rosie's trying desperately, but okay. I have a question. I'm gonna message it to you. I'm gonna message it to you in the chat. Chat private message. Private message.
I assume so.
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing that, I will make.
I'm typing so fast. I'm like Mavis Beacon over in this bitch.
I'll tell you what. Because I'm never going to outright say no.
Okay.
Because you're asking for a lot here.
Oh, come on.
Roll me a
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
D100.
Okay. 28. Sorry, that doesn't make any sense. It is a 82, like a dumbass. Wow, that's not even close. Nope. Fuck. I'll just take the L. I wasn't close enough, and I'm not spending $40 to make that. I trust Laz. I feel like he's
Okay.
gonna do this.
So, I
it.
need to find.
I assume I still lose a fucking man. God damn it.
Pass or fail. Every time you expend power tokens, you lose 1.
Mm-hmm. Worth a try.
Okay. So, Laz, you've set the DC at 20. I am going to be rolling crit check, which is the only way I can succeed on this is if this die explodes. Now I got to decide, do I want to roll on screen where you can see it? Or do I want to roll the physical die?
I think to respect the audience, you should roll it on screen where we can see
Respect the
it. But that's just
audience.
my opinion.
So this is a D10.
Okay.
So, Persephone fails by minus. Or wait. Yeah. So the difference is 13. The
That a
failure.
critical failure. Wait, wrong game.
The failure.
Thanks, Miko. Good
The
eye.
failure is profound. There will be consequences for this failure, likely in keeping with what would be expected, but that doesn't mean that those consequences won't be very bad. These consequences may strongly influence the course of the current play session. Generally, though, the character will only find themselves failing this badly when they bite off more than they can chew, or because the GM has a reason for them to fail. This isn't your failure, this is Persephone's failure. So the inverse of that, looking at it as your success, the character succeeds smoothly and easily. Likely it looks like the character is just showing off, or the task is done so readily that it happens without any effort at all, to GM's discretion, and certainly not necessarily. There could be some unexpected positive result from its success to this degree. Okay, I know what I want to do.
Good.
There's a lot of variables happening in this whole thing. I would like, Jeremy, for you to describe, and I'm going to give you full narrative control, knowing only, well, not knowing. I'll tell you this. I'm going to think of how to do this. I'm going to give you full narrative control with what happens when this plasma bolt hits Persephone. That's all I'm going to tell you. So you narrate what you want to happen.
Okay. I don't know if this is what you were batting back and forth or not, but was she flesh or was she
what I'm batting back and forth? I'll tell you what I'm batting back and forth. You have 100% full narrative control, but I also still retain narrative control after this moment, meaning that you can do whatever you want in this scene. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the end. I'll say that much. If that makes sense. It's one of those where I'm weighing, like, how much do I tell you? It's like, okay, look, if you make it look like you kill her, you might think you did, and maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I'm going to tell you, that's what I'm beating around the bush about. She is a flesh and blood human being that you have just struck with this energy.
Shit.
Okay. So, I think that this energy coalesces between Laz's outstretched hands and then condenses and launches forward with incredible speed. And in my mind, when plasma strikes a living object, it's probably somewhat similar looking to the scene from Terminator 2 where Sarah Connor's holding on to the chain link fence.
Yep.
I think the amount of intense heat that strikes her, kind of concentrated in the middle, I think it cooks her to the bone in that area. And probably parts of the hallway with it.
The plasma energy lances out at literally the speed of light from your hand. Like, I imagine almost that, like, it's coalescing in your hand, and like you said, the Hadouken, but there is no movement of the light from your hand to Persephone. It's instantly, and in almost like slow motion. I'm actually almost picturing this panel just burned into my mind. The moment when Dr. Manhattan gets vaporized,
bro,
in Watchmen, inside that chamber. It's kind of like that. There's just this instant, and it's just that. It's not even that you see slow motion or anything. It's just a moment frozen on your retinas of the plasma blast and bone every light in this hallway and the hallways further down where Coop and Oak are running. Every single light just explodes. There's also a rush of energy that extends all the way down in all directions. Think when Vader threw Palpatine into the shaft on the Death Star.
Mhm.
That in that moment, there is two very important things that happen. One of which is only perceived by Rosie. And that is that you see a single flare of energy for what would be the equivalent of a single frame of film just zoom, whiz past you. And instinctively and reflexively, Laz, as this blast happens, you're kind of like the what was it, RCA or Memorex or whatever, where the guy's in the chair and the sound. All your hair is just sort of blasted backwards, like you're in a wind tunnel, and you reflexively turn, and in that flash of plasma explosion, you are standing face to face with Rosie. And Rosie, you see in that instant that Laz sees you.
Oh,
Rosie?
it's too fast. Can I say anything to him?
Go ahead.
It's so fast. I think I would just say, Les.
I think that's all you say.
Yeah, probably.
This is
Oh.
literally I'm throwing out all
Shut
kinds of
up
references
to me.
here.
Now kiss.
This is literally that one single moment in Lady Hawk where they're between transformations and they can see each other, and all you can get out is each other's name.
Oh, God.
And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh,
I know it's a short
man.
one. I had to make some major changes with Em and Ted not here, but I kind of feel like it's hard to keep going after a moment like that.
That's perfect. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Wow.
And that gives us some room to think about what you're going to do. I will add one more little footnote.
Post-credit scene.
Sort of in the aftermath. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of a post credits here, I'm picturing. Sure, we'll go with that. It's a slightly Nightmare on Elm Street. It's in the dark hallway somewhere. Sparking ballast and loose wires from all the fluorescent lights that have detonated down the lengths of the halls, momentarily illuminating in sort of a strobe-like fashion as the camera moves slowly and lowly across the floor, and we see one of Coop's sneakers on the ground, smoking.
Excuse me?
Hold on. Camera
Sorry.
keeps moving, and we see another sneaker. This one belonging to Oak, but still on his foot. As the camera moves across the lower, we see the legs, and then as we get further up Coop's body, we see the Nintendo Power Glove, the red power light faintly flickering. We continue moving up to where we see, with their heads right next to each other, kind of leaning against one another, we see the looking like the kid in Jurassic Park when when the power was turned on to the fence.
Oh yeah,
and he was zapped. Both of your hair is standing on end, and there's little tendrils of smoke curling up as the two of you have been knocked unconscious by the shockwave and electrical energy that blasted down this hallway. And the camera sort of stops and pans upward, and we see that the two of you unconsciously are leaning against a red door.
Oh. Ooh.
And that's where we're going to end, with a little
Boy.
post-credit scene there.
Oh boy.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh my, yeah, it's like hashtag
So,
beautiful
we got we got a little in the meta of the game. I mean, that's the nature of a game, I guess. But there was a lot going on. There was a little bit of me having to kind of improvise some stuff.
I feel like as soon as we end these sessions, you're like, listen, there was all kinds of shit. You don't understand.
You don't understand how crazy it was.
He's like a
Before
kid
anybody
explaining
says
his mess
anything,
to his
it
parents.
was very
It's like-
stressful.
No, I love it. I love it's one of the things I thrive on is trying to
Oh, yeah.
to adjudicate with the rules, but as we mentioned at the beginning, I think off air, but the fact that the version of Kids on Bikes that we play is not the version that most tables will have. But that could be said of others too. I know Dimension 20 has used variations of Kids on Bikes. It's a great system to hack, apparently. And
Simple. It's hackable.
so it means there's plus, I have my own mechanics, the D100 system. So when you asked me what you asked me,
Yep.
I gave it a 1%.
That's fair.
You had the
That's
numbers
fair.
had to be dead on. And because we had already established that you have to hit the DCs and you have a limited number of tokens available. And I was starting to see what when Jeremy was when you were narrating what you were doing with the plasma, that's sort of where it kind of gave me that flash of inspiration of I think you'd be able to see
That's great.
you'd be able to see Rosie for just a moment, and then the two of you are like, Rosie, Laz, that's it. That's all you get to say.
That's it, and it's because it's
I
just a
love it.
flash. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
And no, I'm not killing Kenny.
Well,
The look on your face, Tamiko, when I said we see Coop's shoe smoldering on the floor.
Look, man, my first thought was, again? This time? His fucking Christ.
well, like when you said post-credit scene, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be something kind of cool and like cliffhangery and kind of frivolous." And then you're like, "Coop's dead." And
I
was
wish-
like,
Dead.
Jesus.
Oaks, Coop's dead. Oaks dead. Everyone's dead.
Everyone's
Red
dead.
door.
Red
I
door.
think I do a good job cinematically explaining the scene so that I'm hoping you guys are seeing the scene that I see in my head, because I can totally picture this as a scene in a TV show or movie.
Oh yeah.
So
That
yeah,
was very cool.
a little bit of a shorter session, but sometimes the narrative demands to stop at a certain point, and
I'm interested in Billy and Jessica's secret meeting.
It-
whatever that ends up being.
all I will say is this: it kind of sort of worked out that they weren't here in the sense that I didn't have to make a lot of adjustment to make this work. The only difference is obviously we don't get to see what they're up to, or else we would have, we would have had a full session. So, yeah. So with that, Thank you everybody for tuning in. Of course, we always appreciate that. Love seeing the conversations in the chat. And if you're waiting on your bingo square, Greg and I had coffee today. We talked through some things.
God dang it! Hold on. Hold on.
Does it?
That did not get me a third bingo.
Next time I'm going to ask you ahead of time. Will you get a bingo if I tell you that Craig helped? And if you say yes, I'm going to say
I needed
I did this
pull
all
the
myself.
heartstrings.
Craig did
done.
nothing.
I'm missing one on 2 different lines.
Yeah, mine was like all over.
What
the
are you
place.
missing?
Pop chomped because we didn't actually.
Nobody
eat
used
any
a pop.
pops.
I used a pop.
We did.
When?
Yeah.
Did you?
did.
Oh, okay. There's my bingo.
When I
Yeah,
rolled a
19.
19 and I said I want to use a pop because 20 because fuck you.
You know what? You're right, and I never.
You never used it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be
No. Oh,
dishonest.
there you go.
No, you weren't
Perfect.
dishonest. I wasn't paying attention. Apparently.
Okay.
There were a lot of numbers and things going on.
I needed a raid.
My other
and
one
I
is
needed a
Jess
this place
is
sucks.
annoyed, which
What was that, Tamiko?
Jess is annoyed.
Well,
Oh well, I guarantee
wherever
you.
she is, I'm sure
I
she's
guarantee
annoyed. I
you,
can
wherever
sense
she
it.
is, she's annoyed.
It's like, oh my god, I don't want to be in
But
this
it doesn't
fucking meeting.
count.
You're right.
These become more challenging. I'm so surprised you got a double because these become so much more challenging when we're missing people because all of the characters
Yes, they're
have 2
specific.
specific squares.
Mm-hmm.
I have weird luck.
Well, like I was saying, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you are somebody that likes to lurk quietly in the background, or you're watching on VOD later on, know that we appreciate you and we hope you are enjoying this show. In fact, if you are watching on VOD and you like what you're seeing, let us know. Leave a comment. I often share the comments with the players in our Discord, and we love to hear from people that discover the show later. And only because I know he never comments on anything. I believe he watches on YouTube. I'm going to shout out Nathan. If you stuck with this, he'll let me know that I shouted him out. I don't know if he'll make it this far, but
Thank you, Nathan.
Nathan is a friend of mine that is a huge fan of our streams and loves the Kids on Bikes game. So shout out to Nathan. But also
Thanks for
shout out to
watching,
you
Nathan.
guys.
It was fun.
We were down 2 players, and we had some intense role play tonight, and some discoveries and some surprises, and maybe an NPC death.
Yep. Coop
Craig,
doesn't have a
it's me.
Coop doesn't
I'm
have a
Nathan.
sibling. Rosie doesn't have a mom. It's all good. and good.
No, seriously. I love playing this game with you guys, and you always bring it. So thank you, Chad, Tamiko, Carrie, and Jeremy. And though they were not with us tonight, they were definitely with us in spirit, Ted and Em. Without whom, this would just be me talking to myself for a couple of hours. With that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream the same way we end every stream. You can say it with me if you want.
Well, but I ain't got no fire. I quit smoking. If I had known, I would have bought matches or something. But